Yeah, we've done a good job. We've done a good job all spring ball of protecting the football, and not only that, not only throwing interceptions, but making sure we're not putting the ball in jeopardy at all. Not feeling like we ever have to force something, and giving ourselves ability to play the next play, even if it's a broken play or tight coverage, and we need to hold it and check it down or throw it away. Just that's going to continue to be a point of emphasis for us because we've got to, that's the things that we harp on: explosive plays and turnovers, and interceptions. Obviously, a big piece of that.
Coach, in week 3 now, is any player or even position group really stood out to you?
Nobody that I can put my thumb on. We've had guys that continue to flash from every spot, from every position. I think as a unit, we've gotten better and better. It's been nice, like I talked about before, just the older guys that have been here, not even older guys, but just guys that have been here on our unit in the program that are able to kind of speed up the process of coaching these other guys, these new guys, freshmen, transfers, and bringing them up to speed. That part of it I feel really good about, and that's the thing I probably noticed the most is just being so much farther ahead this year than we were last year at this time.
What did you see out of Chaston and Cole and even John David Black?
Yeah, they're all all very talented. They're cerebral guys. They know what they're doing. That's the thing that's probably most impressive, especially for Chaston and Cole to be here. It's April. They've been on campus for about 3.5 months, and for them to go into a team setting and be able to operate and move the football is really impressive from that standpoint. And then, just try and tell, JD all the time, like, I don't care that you're a walk-on, dude. You're one of the most talented people on this field. Like, you watch him throw the football, it's as pretty as anybody that we have. And so just making sure that he understands, like, and he knows this, but he's somebody that cares and loves the game, and he's too hard on himself at times. And so just getting all of them, they're impressive up to this point, and they've got it pretty good because they've got 2 older guys and even Raheem that those are extensions of me. They coach those guys sometimes harder than I do.
Saw Caden throwing a little bit. How is he kind of progressing towards getting back to being 100%?
Yeah, it was great to see number 4 out there again, slinging around a little bit, and we'll slowly progress him in. It's April, and as important as spring ball is, it's not near as important of having him in September. And so we'll continue to sprinkle him in. He got some team stuff today. He got some skelly, and so he'll continue. He looks really good. I know he's frustrated. He gets pissed every time I tell him that he's not going in. But it's good because it's been good for him because he gets to see the game from afar. And, sometimes that's the best thing for people. And, obviously he got to do it some last year, and he grew a ton. And I think even more so he's gotten to do it this spring as well, not getting all the reps.
What are you seeing out of Jaron Waiters? Seems to be a guy registered last year. Seems to be a guy taking a step maybe.
Yeah, he is what you want from a young receiver from a development standpoint. Came here last year as a true freshman, got knocked around, got thrown into a new offense that nobody else around him knew either. And so he's developed, and I couldn't be more excited about Jaron. And he's taken a step. If you wanted me to pinpoint somebody like from this offseason that I thought, separated themselves as far as how they worked, how they approached, like for him to be what would be a redshirt freshman, he has the ultimate pro mindset. Is just preparing every day, working his tail off, and he's another guy. And we got a bunch of guys like this, but he's another guy that he wants it. Like, he wants to be great, and that's what excites me the most because he's really, really talented, but he has the ability to go do special things. And he, like I said, he wants it. He wants to be great.
The tight end room as well. You lost obviously Savage and Casey, but pretty good talent stepping in. So just see how that group.
Yeah, you walk out there and you look at that group. It's an impressive looking group. Those first 2, the older guys, DeCirio and JC they are ultra talented individuals. They do things every practice that kind of wow you. And the thing I've been most proud about them is they've been consistent in every part of the game, whether it's run game, catching the football. They understand that, the more they can do, the less they have to come off the field. And they take pride in that. They do a great job on the perimeter blocking. And then, really excited about the two young guys, Caleb and Kamen. I've said this before, but obviously the quarterback position is the toughest deal to play in this offense. Probably next is the tight end position. Just from all the things we ask them to do schematically, it can be a lot for those young guys. And so kind of like those two young quarterbacks, really proud of Caleb and Kamen for just their ability to get in there and be able to operate and function, having been on campus for three or 4 months. So really excited about them and just the future of those guys in the room.
Recruiting-wise, Coach, you obviously came in last year this time with a vision. Now you have something to put on tape. Have you seen an uptick in recruiting interest as you're heading to kind of these summer months?
Yep, absolutely. And that's what that's what you want. You want to, like you said, last year we were trying to sell a dream. It was like, well, this is what we did in North Texas. This is what we did at USC. This is what we did at Ole Miss. And, that helps because they see it. But for them to watch the purple and gold go do it in Dowdy, that just hits different because, they're able to see us do it. And for us to go, throw for over 3,000 yards, have a 1,200-yard rusher, have two receivers over 700 yards, those are things because these kids, they look at numbers and they see where are stats, where can I go get stats. And so that's been exciting just to see people want to be a part of that. And, we try to play an exciting brand of football and guys see that. They like the up-tempo. And, what we tell people and our sell really is, the more we snap the ball, that's just another play that somebody gets to touch it. And so that's what we try and sell. And we for sure have seen just people, just recruits on campus. I know Blake talked about it the other day, but that's what you see is you see interest from people all over wanting to come see it.
Anything else for Coach Baker?
All good.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Appreciate it.